Insert theme song here. Welcome to Please Don't Hate Me. I'm Jean.
I'm Alix.
And oh boy, do we have some fun for you today. I'm really excited.
That's one way to put it.
It's been a wild week. And what's happened this week? We played more Animal Crossing. The Pokemon DLC came out.
I learned there's a Pokemon that's a literal ring of keys.
And that kind of leads us into our first game that we're going to play today called Tell Me a Thing. Basically, it's a chance for Alix and I to try to trip each other up and convince each other that something exists when it probably doesn't. It's basically two truths and a lie. We each kind of choose an overarching topic, and then we choose topics within that. So this week we chose video game characters, essentially. I went with Pokemon because Alix has only played the newest Pokemon games.
That's correct.
And has seen some of the show. I played up until Diamond, so I haven't even played the new one. And then Alix picked Animal Crossing characters.
Because I have played every single Animal Crossing game. And this is like your first full experience with one is New Horizons.
Yeah, well, I played the original on GameCube a bit with my friend, so I knew of it, but I didn't. And I had City Folk. I think I had City Folk, but I didn't really play it that much.
City Folk was a weird one.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and I didn't own a DS, which is why I didn't play.
Wild World or New Leaf.
Yeah, so that's also why I didn't play any Pokemon games after Diamond. I've played Diamond on my friend's 3DS or DS. And then that was that. So I have Pokemon facts that I don't think Alix is gonna get, and Alix created a.
Well, so here's the thing: when we agreed that we were gonna do this, for some reason I thought it was a mutual understanding of I'd come up with a fake Animal Crossing villager, and Jean would come up with a fake Pokemon.
The problem is I could give Alix 3 real Pokemon, and she would think that they were fake.
After the Ring of Keys one, honestly, all bets are off.
So, you want to get started? You want to tell me a thing, Alix?
Oh boy. So, in preparation for this, I watched ProZD rate I think it's 341 Animal Crossing villagers.
Oh my gosh.
The video was 45 minutes long, and it was incredible. I loved it. I would watch it again. So that is where I got my information from, in addition to the Animal Crossing wiki. All right, Jean, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, so our first friendly neighbor is Beardo. Beardo? Beardo.
Okay.
He is a boy. He is a blue bear with a mustache and a fuzzy brown tummy. He is a smug type villager. His catchphrase is whiskers, and his hobby is education.
Yes, education.
The second neighborino is Frida. She is a girl sheep who kind of looks like a hot dog.
Okay.
She is an Uchi, or a sisterly villager. Her catchphrase is OU, but OU, but instead of you, it's ew, female sheep. And her hobby is music. And the last one is Harmony. She's a female koala. She's purple, with pink eye spots and fuzzy ears. She's a snooty villager. Her catchphrase is sniff, and her hobby is playing.
Playing. Ooh. I like Beardo. Beardo? Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Beardo. Okay, and then I think, so knowing you pick them, but then you probably, if you were going to create one, that you wish existed.
Uh-huh.
And I really think that you wish this purple fuzzy koala existed. I don't remember what you said the name was.
Harmony. Oh, voice crack. Harmony.
And I really think that because you love Lyman so much, you love the little green koala Lyman, and you miss Lyman so much, that I think you would, if you could create a villager, you'd create that one. And also, I'm pretty sure Beardo exists because it's Beaux is the end of the name, right?
No, Beardo.
Really?
That's
okay.
why I was struggling with it.
Okay.
It wasn't like Bordeaux. It was like literally Berdo.
There is one because...
Berdo. Like Berdo. But Berdo?
Yeah. There's one that like has a name like that. Because I was talking to my friend and she was tripping up over the name and finally she spelled it out for the rest of us and we went, really? She's like, shut up.
Would you like me to reveal?
Yes, I would like you to reveal the one that you so graciously created for me.
First of all, I am mad that you didn't automatically assume that the hot dog one was fake. Because I threw poor Frida in there as a red herring because of my obsession with that song.
The song that shall not be named. I don't want to hear it, and I'm gonna assume that our listeners don't want to hear it either.
Come on, Jean. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
And you ruined it. So.
But no, you were absolutely right. Harmony, the koala, is the fake one. I didn't even think that you'd draw a parallel to Lyman, who, yes, I do miss every day. I'm still really bitter that he left and Renee, like Nay as in horse, stayed. I don't have anything against her. I just liked Lyman more.
And meanwhile, I'm sitting here like collecting all of the villagers that I like. I've got Pietro, I got Stitches today, I have Bob, ooh, I have Kiki.
Hey, I have Apollo and I have Tangy and I have Snooty and we are all butts.
I want Antonio and I want Raymond. Those are the ones that I want next.
Raymond's the cat with the glasses, right?
Yeah, he's the new one.
I find him deeply unsettling.
I like him. At this point, I also have Monique. So at this point, if I would just get a whole bunch of cats.
Can I say something that might be kind of controversial?
You don't like the cat villagers?
No, I love cat villagers. Raymond looks like a Twinkie white boy. And like, it's unsettling to me. Like, I look at him, I don't see a cat. I see like a 23-year-old barista from Portland.
Oh no.
And he, so unsettling. So unsettling.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think we were gonna strike that much of a nerve talking about Animal Crossing villagers.
Okay,
so we're gonna move
on to Pokemon.
And I'm gonna tell you a thing about some Pokemon. So I picked from Gen 1. So hopefully you've seen some of the show. So I hope you will be somewhat familiar. And Gen 1 tends to be the most popular. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is, because it was created and not born, Mewtwo is the only Pokemon without a birthday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say without a belly button.
Golduck's name in French is Akwakwak, spelled with K's and W's. Like specifically AKWAKWAK. And then coughing and wheezing, which are like the giant rocks with like clouds, were originally named after New York and Los Angeles because of all the pollution.
Okay, so, everything has a birthday. I'm like, if that one's true, I am sad for Mew for not having a Mewtwo, for having something, for not like having people think that it has a birthday. Because like, I don't know, it's like came out of a tube, mutation, right? Like it broke out. Like
it's like a genetic mutation.
It's still his birthday. It has popping out of the pod day. You know? I mean, like, butterflies have birthdays.
Yeah, but they were also caterpillars first. That eye roll.
Aquaquack is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. But I don't think the French are allowed to have that much fun. So that one's also suspect. The New York and Los Angeles thing I could see being plausible. But I just like I don't want to believe it, but then again, based off of like what their models look like in Sword and Shield, I'm inclined to believe it because they actually look like power.
This was
stuff.
Also Gen 1,
This
as opposed to, this was like 20 years ago.
23. I think 96 or 97. We are about the same age as Pokemon.
96, I think, was when they came to the US.
I'm going to say that the Aquaquack one is not the truth.
So, I love the French names for Pokemon.
Oh no.
I love, some of them are so funny. Like, I have the Build-A-Bear Piplup because I love Piplup, and like on the tag, the Build-A-Bear has like English and French. Anyways, his name is Tiplouf in French, so I call my Piplup Tiplouf because I thought his name was so funny in French. So there's some weird ones, and Akwakwak, spelled with K's and W's, is in fact the French name for Golduck.
You gotta be shitting me.
Psyduck's name is Psychoquack.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty great. Yeah. I think Tangela translates like directly to sack of knots. Yeah, they're very entertaining and I love them very much, so I'm happy that was able to trip you up. The one that was incorrect was in fact Mewtwo. Mewtwo's birthday is February 6th.
Yay! I'm so happy Mewtwo has a birthday.
It's actually really controversial over whether or not Mewtwo was born or created. I think in Pokemon Red, there's at one point the game says that Mewtwo was born, but he wasn't. Like, there's proof later on that he was like created from genetic mutations essentially. And so I didn't think that there would be that much controversy over this, but there is.
It's the internet. Wild. There's controversy over so much.
That's fair. But yes, Mewtwo has birthday. We missed it. It was February 6th, so we'll have to celebrate it next year.
We could do a double birthday party for me and Mewtwo.
There you go, because your birthdays aren't that far apart. I'm actually really happy. I love the French names for Pokemon.
We'll have to look at those.
Yeah,
later.
We'll have to look at like a whole list. Highly recommend that you listeners look them up too, because every time I think about it, I just get so excited.
Send us your favorite French Pokemon name.
Yes, send us your favorite French Pokemon name, and we can all laugh and cry.
If we get enough of them, Jean and I could make a video attempting to pronounce them, because we've both taken French, and theoretically we should be able to do that. But
so many of them are also like play on words that you just sit there and you go, what is this? Okay. So I think it's about time we move on to Alex's favorite part of this whole podcast.
I am so excited because I fucking crushed this last week. So I'm really I'm hoping that the vibes keep going.
So this is Titles and Tags. It's a fan fiction game that we play because Alex loves fan fiction, and I am slowly through this game learning more about fan fiction. So I've gone on Archive of Our Own, and I've picked out I picked out 3 fan fictions to test Alex with, and I'm going to give her the title, and I'm going to give her a handful of the tags, and she's going to come up with a story or try to guess. If she thinks she has an idea, she's going to try to guess what the fan fiction is.
Or more likely, I'm going to make up something completely off the cuff in a vague attempt of being kind of right. Like me taking chemistry tests.
And I think it's so great. I'm so excited. Like this is why I'm excited. I picked one out today that I'm just I don't want to get anybody too hyped. But I picked one out specifically so that way she would have to make something up.
Okay, on with it. Let's go.
Are we ready?
Woot!
Okay, so the first one is, it's okay to ask for help. And your tags are sick fic, is a good friend, acts mean, but he's really just worried. He just doesn't know how to express his emotions. Issues, training camp, edemophobia, somehow I forgot to tag this, self-esteem issues, pretends he doesn't care, but really does, Dad Zawa, seriously he's amazing, has a cat, she also has a cat, I just love cats, okay?
Okay, So I know, and do not laugh at me for this. I know for a fact that this is a My Hero Academia fanfiction that features Eraserhead, not because of the Dadzawa thing, although that is pretty
obvious.
Pretty obvious.
I was hoping you were gonna just ignore that.
Specifically for the cat thing, because it's really popular in fan art to draw Eraserhead with cats, and I don't know if that's a thing in the manga. But that's why I was like, oh.
I feel like I haven't seen him on screen with a cat.
Yeah, so it must be. I guess because they both like cat-like. Like, I feel like if I had a cat for a teacher, it would definitely show up in a sleeping bag. I think, and I feel like just warming my dead little heart, I think this has to do with my one true love, Bakugo.
You had a time saying that with a straight face. That is how much Alex loves Bakugo, ladies and gentlemen.
Because of the axe meme, but is actually like he's just worried, doesn't know how to express his emotions, and he, pretends he doesn't care. But he really does. So I think who is sick? Who doesn't like throwing up? I'm gonna bet Todoroki seems like he's the kind of person that doesn't like to throw up. He just has that aura about him. So I think Todoroki gets sick at training camp, which I imagine is a lot like when you get sick at summer camp and they stick you in the cabin while everybody else gets to have fun and you're just in there with by yourself and one book because they took all your electronics and you're just suffering alone in silence.
We've hit a nerve.
Ask me why I hate camping. And so, Todoroki's worried, or not Todoroki, Bakugo's worried about Todoroki, but, because he's emotionally constipated, is having problems expressing it. And Aizawa is there, trying to keep them from, tearing each other apart and getting each other to realize that, Bakugo is just concerned about Todoroki, and Todoroki is, emotionally walled off, so he's having problems accepting that someone else is caring about him. I also now just realized she also has a cat at the end, so I think Miss Joke is there for some reason, and she also has a cat. And there's a side story of Aizawa and Miss Joke being cute with their cats. The end.
The end. That's it. Okay. Would you like to know what this is?
Tell me how wrong I was.
Okay, so this is called It's Okay to Ask for Help by Hyperactive Puppy. And the description is, Class 1A is finally heading out to their long-awaited summer training camp. But Todoroki isn't feeling his classmates' excitement. He starts feeling sick on the drive there, but it's just nerves, right? It has to be. Or Todoroki gets sick at summer training camp and does everything he can to hide it from his classmates because he's scared they will see him as weak. Really, it's just me making life hell for our poor icy hot bean. Don't worry, he will get the love and care he deserves at the end. Winky face. I'm proud of you.
We should go to fucking Vegas. Oh my god.
One of my favorites in here is actually Minor Midoriya Izuku and Todoroki Shoto. You don't have to read it like that. I just can't help it. That was a tag. And also, the she also had a cat was because of mentioned Todoroki Ray. So it wasn't Miss Joke. But I just thought, knowing you, if there's cats in the tag, you would get very upset if I didn't
talk about the cats.
Yeah, if I didn't give those to you. Also, just giving you any opportunity to incorporate cats into a description. I'm proud of you, though. You did good.
It took me a minute, but yeah, I got there eventually.
You definitely got there eventually. I do not know how you did it because I wouldn't. I literally don't know how you did it.
Vegas.
Okay. But yeah, I also gave you this one because Bakugo.
Is Bakugo in there?
Bakugo is in there. Bakugo acts mean, but he's really just worried.
Oh!
He doesn't know how to express his emotions.
So I was right!
Absolutely. Todoroki gets sick, but, like, Bakugo's there. That was all for you.
I love it. Thank you.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
The next one is, we're bad as each other. And your tags are, what if, not canon compliant, alternate origin story, hospital procedures that I know nothing about, Google is my friend. Protective, eventually, he has to learn not to be stupid first, and then author is not a medical professional. And I'm going to give you the media genre.
Please
for this
do.
one. It's a movie franchise.
We're as bad as each other. An alternate origin story. Non-canon compliant what if. Okay, so here's my line of thinking. It's a Marvel thing, because Marvel has this series that's like what if, and it's animated, and it's like what if Spider-Man, like Peter Parker became Captain America, like weird, or what if what's her name, Peggy Carter became Captain America as opposed to Steve Rogers. So I really want to say, and like my sixth sense is saying that this has something to do with Captain America and the Winter Soldier, just because I'm trying to think of the only other way you could like feasibly non-clunkily insert like a heavy medical plot line, and a dude is missing an arm is pretty like on point. Because if it's a non-canon compliant alternate origin story, part of the whole origin story of the Winter Soldier is Bucky losing his arm.
Oh yeah, because we got A-Fave Bakugo in the first one. You gotta get Bucky Barnes into the second one.
I'm projecting. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, also that he has to learn not to be stupid at first. Like, Bucky Barnes is not stupid. He was a sniper in World War II. You have to be really good at math to be able to do that, because you have to be able to calculate trajectories before doing anything.
I don't like that you know anything about being a sniper.
I looked it up.
I don't like that you know anything.
Oh, you don't like that?
I don't like that you know anything about being a sniper.
Well, because there was like iron sights. There were no like true like digital scopes or anything like that, so you had to be able to do all that math yourself. So, but I would definitely classify Bucky Barnes' pre and post train incident as being a himbo. Whoever created that word is my favorite person. Yeah, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. It's okay, so what if, I don't know, what if Bucky didn't get the metal arm? Like, what if he survived somehow, but, like, didn't get the metal arm? Or something else weird happened to him that involved a lot of medical procedures.
You seem significantly less confident in this one.
Well, Jean, that's because I am. All right.
Okay,
tear me to
ready?
shreds.
We're Not as Bad as Each Other by Fangilana. What if Peter Parker met Tony Stark before the spider bite? What if Tony helped Peter become the hero he knew he could be? Would things still go wrong? Duh. AKA, Tony helps a newly created Spider-Man navigate the world of heroism with plenty of bad guys causing plenty of problems.
I am very worried for Peter Parker's sake about the amount of medical stuff that's in these tags. Poor boy.
Yeah, it's also a lot of, like, Tony Stark has a heart.
Oh, yeah. Is Tony Stark's A+ parenting in there somewhere?
No.
Oh.
It's protective Tony Stark eventually. He has to learn not to be stupid first. Also, actually Iron Dad is in there.
Yes! Okay. I at least got the...
Oh, also, Tony Stark acting as Peter Parker's parental figure.
Woot.
So
I at least got the...
You did get Marvel.
Yeah.
I was very surprised you got Marvel. Not like off of What If, but considering how many like What If fan fictions there are.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt right. I also, like, I don't know. Like, Supernatural, for example. What the fuck would that be?
Yeah, no.
In a stunning turn of events, the Winchester brothers actually decide to check themselves into a hospital after getting nearly maimed. The doctors discover that Sam has weird stuff in his blood and give him a series of transfusions to get that shit out.
Still a demon baby at the end of it.
I don't fucking know, man.
Okay. So you got halfway there, and the fact that you immediately went to Peter Parker, like, so you immediately went to Spider-Man, like, you backed away from it, but I was sitting there for a second, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, how did she possibly
Okay, so we've downgraded to from Vegas to, like, Atlantic City.
Okay.
Okay.
This last one, I hope, this is the one that I am hoping, I want you to just create anything. I didn't even give you the title.
This is the one before we started where you're like, hey, Alex, have you ever seen The Lake House? And I was
Absolutely.
like, no? Is that a movie? And you were
Yes.
just like, good.
It's a movie called The Lake House from 2006. And so I'm going to give you the tags. And I really just want you to go crazy, because if you even get close, I don't know what I'll do. So you ready for your tags?
Yeah.
So we get alternate universe, The Lake House, the 2006 movie Fusion, alternate timelines, time travel, don't think about it too hard, case fic, emotional constipation, crossover, absolutely no Keanu.
You're breathtaking. Let me guess. This is from a television show.
Yes.
Okay. So the keywords I'm latching onto here is case fic and emotional constipation. Because those are the two that are stated the most concretely, as opposed to alternate universe, time travel, don't think about it too hard, which means those aren't necessarily like, they're non-static, is basically, I think, the only way I can think to phrase it. So, adding in absolutely no Keanu, and I've never actually seen, I don't think, a movie with Keanu Reeves in it, but I don't think he's in a lot of happy stuff. So I think this is like a dark movie. Like, I can already see the color palette is like very dark and kind of gray. Almost like a horribly color corrected episode of Supernatural.
Ooh.
Because oh man, who are two emotionally constipated people if not Sam and Dean Winchester? They get it from their papa. That's also like the only thing I can think of to pull case fic from, is because it would be theoretically in my brain a case about this. I'm assuming the lake house is real, and not used as like a metaphor. It's not like we're not at a woman in the wallpaper scenario here. I think it's probably like that house that was in that one episode of The Librarians. Oh fuck, it could be about the Librarians. No, I'm staying with it. Supernatural. I think it's like that one episode with The Librarians where there's like the Bloody Bender house, and inside of it was the doll house, and it just kind of like fucks shit up. I think it's like that, but with time travel. It's basically like you'll walk into a closet and you'll end up you'll open the door back up and you're somewhere, somewhen else. What's the crossover? I guess the crossover would be with whatever the frick happened in the original Lake House movie. But Keanu's not there. So maybe Keanu died. Maybe that's why they're there. Keanu died and threw off the time-space continuum. Please put me out of my misery.
This is The Baker Street House by Quillette's.
Baker Street. Oh no, it's Sherlock, isn't it? Ah, beans. Okay, hold on. 220.
No, at the end of his tenancy in a flat in Baker Street, Dr. John Watson Dr. John Watson starts a tentative correspondence with a previous tenant, a Mr. Sherlock Holmes. But Sherlock only just moved in.
Oh.
Together, while 10 years apart, they begin to fall in love with each other through letters while life and cases continue around them.
It's a romance movie?
Sherlock fusion with the 2006 film The Lake House. So The Lake House is basically like, it's Keanu Reeves plays the guy. I don't remember who plays the girl. I want to say it's the Winstead. Her last name is Winstead. But essentially they both live at this lake house and they communicate to each other through letters. But one of them lived there before the other, and so they like communicate to each other like through different things in the house, like what the one person did like in the past like affects the house in the present. And so they like, it's like through like books and like games and stuff like that, they're able to like talk to each other essentially, and through letters. It's really strange.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think mine was better.
Yeah.
I also like, I have yet, I don't know, I never really got into Sherlock fanfiction. Read a whole hell of a lot of supernatural fanfiction though. A lot of it is
also, it was definitely
hot
Sandra
garbage.
Bullock. Sandra Bullock was the girl.
That's okay.
And Keanu Reeves.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think it's like an interesting concept for a movie, and actually really fits Sherlock, because Sherlock would totally be the one that would think about, oh yeah, it's just some dude like communicating with me from the past, and John would be totally willing to like talk to somebody in the future. Like if you got a note, if you found a note like in your mailbox and you started corresponding with them, like would your first guess be that, oh, this person used to live in my house?
If I found a letter in my mailbox addressed to me from someone I did not know,
You throw it away.
I opened it, I would open it, I would read it, and I would feel like, weird. Throw it away. Kind of like that one time I got the fudge in the mail.
Oh my god. I completely forgot about that.
So, not to leave you all hanging, real quick, around Christmas time, I got a package in the mail, and it was addressed to our apartment.
But it was some dude none of us knew.
And he wasn't either of the last two residents of the apartment. So this is someone
Wait, is it legal for you to open a package that's not addressed to you?
I don't know. I'm okay to admitting to committing mild mail fraud on the internet.
Okay.
Postmaster General, turn your earphones off. Is that never mind. I don't know what the Postmaster General does.
I wouldn't know the answer to your question even if you actually asked
so
it.
I was like, well, this is kind of weird. And I was like, all right. So I opened it, and there was a card in it, and it was from this guy's grandma, and included in it was like 1.5 pounds of homemade fudge. And the card was like, like, I know you've been through a lot, and you've gotten yourself through some hard times, and like, I'm so proud of you or whatever. And it was just, and I don't know, I felt weird about opening it, but at the same time, like, it's not like we had a forwarding address for the guy, and I feel like, the lady was probably old, and I didn't want to like hurt her by like returning it and being like, hey, just so you know, this person wasn't one of the last 2 tenants, meaning they had to live there over like 3 years ago, basically. So I just threw away the fudge.
That's really unfortunate.
I
hope that guy talked to his grandma and
that's kind of where I was. And I was like, dude, like, your grandma is like here for you. She's in your corner. Call her. Tell her you moved. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
But it was weird because it wasn't like I got a Christmas card from her previously. It was just a random thing, like, out of the blue. So I guess we'll have to see this December if we get
another random pack of
She sends another one, I'll
You'll write
return
back.
to sender, yeah.
Just be like, thanks for the fudge, even though it wasn't for me.
I'm not eating something a stranger sent me in the mail.
I absolutely wouldn't eat it either, just because. But I mean, you have to have like gotten a gift that you've like thanked somebody for, and then just like not eaten or never used. So it's fine. Anyways, I really don't feel bad about giving you one that was so challenging because you were. I thought last week's were challenging, and then you just kind of blew them out of the park. So you had to kind of see how far it would go.
Yeah, I guess I can only soar so far before crashing into a conveniently placed telephone pole.
I have no idea where that came from. So we're gonna move on to Alex's dream corner.
Oh, dude.
Because Alex has had some wild COVID dreams, especially. I am going to grace everyone with a story from my childhood, like my dream locker that has like 4 dreams in it, and I never tell anybody about because it is what it is. So I'll share one of those. Alex, I don't usually have dreams for context, so it's like the dreams that I do have just kind of like stay there, whereas Alex has crazy dreams every time she closes her eyes, so she has 1.5 million to share with us.
Yeah. Okay. So like the one of the ones that I've told you about this already, but I just think it's kind of equal parts like sad and kind of cute. Was I had this dream that I was hanging out with Hank Green of Crash Course / Vlogbrothers fame and his wife Catherine. For some reason, I was staying with them, and this was like post-COVID. Like COVID was definitely like had been a thing in this world in my brain, but the world was starting to reopen properly, keyword properly, again. And we're in this elevator in like a parking garage, and I was like, oh, by the way, like we're here, like, or like where are we going? And that's when they both pull out, like, Ravenclaw Harry Potter robes.
Aww.
And Hank is like, Alex, you've been working so hard, and we know you've been so stressed, and that's why we told you to, like, come out and stay with us, and we've had a great time, so we're gonna take you to Harry Potter World, because we know that you've always wanted to go, and your fiancé went without you, and it made you really sad. And we just think you deserve to have a nice time, so we're going to take you on Influencer Day, which means only influencers could get into Harry Potter World. It was on a Wednesday, if that matters to anyone. And yeah, I just woke up really sad, because that would be really nice. I haven't felt that appreciated in a long time. So thanks, Dream Hank Green.
I can't believe I didn't get invited. I have a universal annual pass. I have a Ravenclaw robe. I'm a little jealous that I didn't get invited. I
did. I've met Hank Green twice, and he is solidly a very wonderful human. The last time I met him, last time I like went to a thing with him, like to see him, was last summer. I went to like a book, it wasn't a book signing, it was like a book talk and then a meet and greet at the Paramount downtown. And when it was my turn to go up and talk to Hank Green, I was like, hey, this is gonna sound really weird, but like I've been listening to your stuff, like your and John's stuff, since I was 13. I am 23 now.
Oh my god.
And I still watch your videos, but like your podcasts have been really great to listen to while I drive to work and stuff. And he was like, yeah, that's what I was telling John. It's like, Nerd Fighters, getting older. We need a podcast. These people have commutes. And I was like, but I will say, I still listen to your Portal 2 playthrough.
Aww.
And he was like, the one from 10 years ago?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I said, yeah, I've listened to it so much, I essentially have all of, like, your interjections memorized, but I would play it if I was, like, super stressed out or, like, trying to go to sleep, and I couldn't fall asleep, and he was like, that is so sweet. And I was like, thanks for not finding it weird. It's just really cool. Also, frighteningly tall.
Oh, wow. I didn't
frighteningly
expect that.
tall. I have a picture of me standing next to him, and I'm wearing platform boots. And he's still a foot taller than me.
Wow.
But yeah, Hank Green, cool guy, lover of TikTok by Kesha.
Hey, Hank Green, next time invite me too, please. I have my own annual pass. Thanks. Okay, you want to hear my crazy, weird dream?
Yes.
This had to have happened when I was 6 or 7. When I was little, I love stuffed animals, which isn't very different than now.
Everyone should love stuffed animals. I'm sorry, I'm interjecting here. I don't get people who shit on other adults for liking stuffed animals. I love stuffed animals. I have like 20, and that's just in the house I currently live in. My poor father is sidled with like 6 huge ass bags of stuffed animals because I refuse to get rid of them.
They're our friends.
They are friends. I miss my Care Bears especially.
Okay.
Carry on.
So but I specifically had this plush lamb that I liked when I was really little. And of course this lamb's name is Lammy. I probably got it on Easter or something. But in this dream, my little Lammy had gone missing. So, who does this like 6 or 7-year-old ask to help find a missing lamb?
Jesus?
Close.
Santa.
The Scooby-Doo gang.
How is the Scooby-Doo get close to Jesus?
I don't know.
They don't both solve. Well, does Jesus solve crimes? It's been a minute since I read the Bible. Does Jesus solve crimes?
I honestly.
Does he have time?
So, little 7-year-old Jean in her dream recruited the Scooby-Doo gang to help her find her lamb. And we search everywhere, and this takes place at my elementary school playground and the portable classroom that the after-school care was set up in. And we look all over the school campus, and we find the lamb in, like, the gutter outside the school. I mean, mind you, this is, like, I vividly remember this. It was, like, see car drive by, pan down into gutter with the lamb stuffed animal covered in crunchy red leaves. And so we find it, and I pick it up, and it's like, something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like my lamb. But I don't tell anybody this yet. And so we're like, now the case becomes, find out who would do something like this. Who the heck would leave this lamb in a gutter? Because obviously, 7-year-olds' priorities. So we're looking everywhere, and we look in the after-school classroom because we're looking for people. And we go into this classroom, and it's pitch black, with the exception of, like, glowing test tubes. Like, somebody has turned this classroom into, like, a mad scientist laboratory, essentially. And I just remember chasing a villain around, essentially, because they had taken children's stuffed animals and cloned them and turned them into, like, little monster stuffed animals.
Have you ever seen the second Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie?
I, in fact, have. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys.
It's not the same, but that's immediately what my brain went to when you were like, someone is stealing all the stuffed animals. It's like that weird bear who's got his arm torn off and was like, I'm gonna steal Christmas.
Yeah. Well, he was gonna lock all the stuffed animals away because he loved them and didn't want people to outgrow them. So if you ever had a stuffed animal go missing, blame the bear.
Oh yeah, that is the plot.
But yeah, I don't remember if in my dream we managed to figure out who was stealing all the stuffed animals. But wild. I vividly remember the car driving by, pan down to lamb in gutter, and then I remember walking into that classroom, and I remember the dead feeling of mistrust when I picked up the lamb and was like, this is not my lamb.
Oh, so you were able to tell it was a clone.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I picked it up and I was like, this isn't my lamb, but I didn't tell anybody. And then we didn't figure out they were clones until we got into the classroom.
Wild.
Yeah, so that was obviously 7-year-old Jean had priorities, and that priority was that stuffed lamb.
Incredible.
Oh yeah.
I have another one for you.
Okay.
I can't remember whether or not I told you about this or I just told Cody. So this was like a week ago. I was in a hostel with Class 1A from My Hero Academia trying to get closer to Bakugo.
Full circle to Bakugo. Call that.
For some reason, I walked through a door that led to a series of rooms full of sets of china, on like glass shelving units, while singing songs from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Specifically, oh god, the in the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountains of Willow Glen. I like it so well, before I can tell I may never come down again.
Do you think Bakugo likes musicals?
Definitely. Well, but I feel like Bakugo would be like a closet Cats fan.
Todoroki would like musicals.
Todoroki would unironically like Cats. He would see absolutely no problem with Cats. Anyway. So I was trying to do my makeup, I guess after making it through these series of rooms, but my mascara was garbage, like literal garbage. And then eventually I like reconvened with Bakugo and I was trying to teach him how to get pasta sauce off of his jeans. And there was a moment where we were just screaming at each other about birds.
Friendship for birds.
Anything birder.
Yeah. A solid choice. Pasta sauce, though. Just throw them in the washing machine.
That's like what we were doing is we were standing over a washing machine and I think I was telling him how to pre-treat them before throwing them directly into the washing machine.
That's how you get the love of your life, pal. You teach him how to do laundry.
You know, actually, that's not too far from the truth. Before we, like, moved in together, Cody had some pretty terrifying views on laundry. I will not elaborate because I do not want to embarrass him on a public platform. It was nothing gross, just highly impractical. So another, like, this isn't necessarily like another dream per se, but it's more so like been a recent trend for me in dreams is I've been having a lot of like medical dreams about like being in hospitals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I straight up had a dream where I was like in the hospital, like getting another surgery. And I was like specifically requesting, I asked my nurse if Alex was still doing his pediatric rotations. I don't know if that's his actual name, but there's a specific character from Grey's Anatomy that I was thinking of. It was just very strange because, like, I never have, like, solely... I was right, Alex Karev. I never have, like, solely medical-based dreams, but I was having dreams about, like, being in the hospital and, like, trying to break out or, like, this is gonna be really gross. I had a dream that specifically involved pulling, a feeding tube out of my nose.
Oh, no thanks. Absolutely no thanks.
Yeah, it was gross.
I hate hospitals.
Or like being stuck in like, not stuck in a gurney, but like being wheeled around and like the person pushing me getting lost in a giant hospital. Like weird hospital food. But the one about like specifically requesting Karev and asking if he was doing his pediatric rotation doesn't make any sense because I am 23. I also during one of
like literally yesterday you just referenced
talk about my pediatrician. Hey,
as if
dope.
you still have a pediatrician.
I miss him. He was good. I had the same pediatrician from the time I was 3 to the time I was 18. But no, so I had this like other dream where it was like part of one of my Great Escape ones where I'm like wheeling myself through the hospital cafeteria. And Dr. Reed from Criminal Minds comes like running through, knocks a bunch of like Old Bay on the floor that had been in like a Parmesan cheese shaker.
Yeah.
And like is like trying to like not rescue me, but like rescue me. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, I'm just trying to get back to my room. Yeah. It's been very strange. I also hate hospitals.
I am also, right now, probably my biggest fear is having to go to the hospital for literally anything. Like, not even just, like, COVID stuff, but just literally anything. I don't want to go near any of it.
Like, COVID aside, would you still have that same fear? Like, if it had never happened?
I don't like having to go to the doctor at all. Like, I mean, I injured my ankle and they were like, we're gonna have to inject stuff to do an x-ray. And I was like...
Your orthopedist had, like, the weirdest name for a doctor.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Blaze. His name was Dr. Blaze.
Oh.
It's like my neurologist's name was Dr. Colon. My orthodontist's name was Dr. Chu.
Yeah, no, as soon as they were like, we're gonna have to inject things, I was like, no thanks.
That's
which
right.
is really not a healthy outlook on anything related to medical anything, because needles are involved in everything. But if I never had to see a needle again in my entire life, it would be too soon.
Yeah, that's fair. I had, like, never been, like, in a hospital, like, myself until we were sophomores in college. Then I went twice, and I was in the ER twice in one calendar year. That was fun.
I've only ever been to the hospital to get my ankle looked at when I
fell off a wall.
Rock climbing and thought I broke my ankle. But yeah, I wasn't going to go to the hospital. And then I started to pass out and was like, I should probably go to the hospital.
You started to pass out? You never
absolutely.
told me that.
Yeah, we were trying to walk to the car and I started to pass out. It was great.
Jean!
Alex! Okay, moving on.
Well, I feel like an apt segue, considering we were talking about how much neither of us really want to go in a hospital right now, is what I'm challenging myself with this week.
Okay, wait, hold up. I want to talk about the challenge from this past week, because I read my books and they were great. And if you like kind of escapism, magic, and like corrupt royalty and bringing magic back to the world and cool siblings, Children of Blood and Bone is definitely a series for you. Because that's what I read. I read that and its sequel, and by Tomi Adeyemi. And then Alex over here challenged herself to read
a book.
Any book of the 10 she ordered.
Well, my intent was to finish the Black Arts by Richard Cavendish, which is a book about black magic that originally came out in the 60s or 70s. It turns out reading it is like pulling teeth until you get to the necromancy bit.
I'm pulling teeth until you get to necromancy. Necromancy's pretty cool. That's what you just said.
Yeah. Am I wrong?
You're not supposed to like necromancy, Alex.
Instead, I put so many hours into redesigning my island on Animal Crossing and my house that last night I had an honest-to-God dream that I went to Leaf to buy more shrubs, and he was like, oh, since you're coming to me at like 2:30 in the morning, I've got secret night plants for you.
I wish secret night plants for real.
Honestly, same.
So you had some progress, not necessarily in what you plan to do. So you wanna talk about what your challenge for next week is gonna be instead?
In a in a moment of, I won't say panic, I won't say clarity, I won't say self-sabotage. I will just straight up say it. 3:30 in the morning the other day, I was really fed up with the fact that all of these cute-ass roller skates were on back order until October. And I do know how to quad skate. I was like, screw this. I'm buying a skateboard. I'm going to learn how to skateboard.
So I'm going to challenge you this week to actually learn how to skateboard.
It gets here on Thursday.
I am going to challenge you to, I know you're going to challenge yourself to do this, but like, no. Actually, don't just buy it. Learn how to ride it.
I did also, like, I got a helmet, I got knee pads, and I got elbow pads. Because I didn't want to get wrist guards because you're not supposed to try and fall that way anyway. So, like, step one is going to be me falling on my ass on purpose. Okay, so if I have to, scoot my little boot, I want you, my challenge to you, because I know you haven't made any, like, true video content in a while, is you have to film and edit my skateboard highlight reel.
I think I can do that. Oh.
You don't have to make me look good, because I think that will be hard. But I want you to have fun with it.
Oh, dang. This is gonna be fun. Oh, I can see it now. Oh, I can see it now.
I don't want to.
I'm so excited.
I'm giving you. I'm saying it here on the record. I'm giving you full artistic liberty. Yeah, you can make me look like an absolute idiot. I don't care. I know that it's ridiculous. Can we talk about bug snacks?
No.
No.
Thanks for listening to Please Don't Hate Me. See you next time.
Bug snacks.